Hello everybody and welcome. For those of you who know me, welcome back. And for those of you who don't, I'm Pia and I'm your host for all things luxe. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the currently available luxury handbags from the pre-loved market and why it might be a better option to opt for the pre-loved/resale market sometimes. Although before we dive into all of these bags, we should probably address the elephant in the room, and that is the issue of authenticity when it comes to buying pre-loved goods. Shopping from a seller other than the brand that originally produced the good in question can sometimes bring a little bit of doubts and hesitation. Now, I recently came across LegitGrails, who are very kindly sponsoring this part of the video today, and they're an online luxury authentication service that I wish would have existed when I first started purchasing pre-loved luxury, particularly handbags. They offer authentication in over 250 brands in many categories like bags, clothing, shoes, you name it, they'll authenticate it. I have personally been in the position of finding a dream piece and then having to skip on it. I simply didn't know if I could trust the authentication process in place, which is what I find fantastic about a service like LegitGrails, since they're not affiliated with any service or brand, so their service is 100% impartial. Their service is very straightforward. You're just going to go into their website, click on the Authenticate Now button, and then either search the brand on the search tab or use one of the click links below for brands such as Hermes, Chanel, and Dior. Once you've found the brand you like, you just click on the Authenticate Now button, which will lead you to another window in which you're going to have to upload pictures of the product you're trying to authenticate. At this point, it will let you choose in how long you want to get your results. So say, for example, you're on a trip, you're in a little bit of a shopping hurry, you might want to get the fastest results, which are the 30-minute ones. So you can just pop into a boutique, take some pictures of the product you're hesitating about purchasing, send them in, upload it, then in 30 minutes, you'll get your results. And then if you've ordered something online, you can opt for the 24-hour option that will be a little bit more affordable as well. They're very clear about what type of picture they're after, so the upload process is very simple. They're going to indicate what type of picture they need, like an overall photo, an inside label, this, that, some details on the hardware, etc., and seamlessly guide you through the process. Once you submit it, they'll use a combination of artificial intelligence as well as in-house experts that will do the analysis and work on your results. And then later, depending on how long after you chose to receive your results, they will send you a verdict accompanied by its certificate of authenticity, which will also come in really handy if you're ever thinking of reselling a piece. They do offer 24/7 customer service. I personally put it to the trial and I always got several replies on the same day. Overall, I think the service that they provide is quite affordable, taking into consideration the peace of mind that it actually offers. And as per usual, I did request a discount code in case you guys want to give it a go too. It's going to be PIA15 and you can apply it to your first ever authentication service with them. Quite frankly, I'm very happy with the results, the seamless process, and the overall service they provide. So there's really high chances that I'll be using it again to authenticate one of the bags that I'm going to be showing you on the list today. Since at the time filming this, they're all pre-loved, they're all online, and they're all available. Let's move on to the reasons why you might want to purchase from the resale market today. Reason number one, plain and simple, the bag is currently sold out. This is the Demelier Croc Embossed New York Midi Leather Tote, which you might have heard me talk about a gazillion times in my past videos about what type of handbags I want to get for this autumn-winter season, and this video is no exception. The piece is currently available only on pre-order from the Demelier website. However, I did consider purchasing this one from the pre-loved market when they weren't proposing the pre-order option and I didn't know if it was going to come back in stock. I'm also going to turn to Demelier for reason number two of why you might want to shop the pre-loved market, using this gorgeous bag right here. She's got the classic New York Midi style right here, as you can see. However, the material is a particular limited edition one. On an almost seasonal basis, they'll propose a limited edition texture, fabric, material, something special in one of their classic models. Normally, once it's gone, and you're not able to find it again, except in the pre-loved market. I think this bag is the perfect example that limited edition can marry itself very, very easily to a timeless piece. Now, talking about timeless bags, let's talk about the Louis Vuitton Keepall. A classic when we're discussing all things travel styling. Nothing quite finishes a road trip look or an airport look quite like a Keepall. Fair enough, it's covered in logos, but it's still got a little bit of a quiet luxury look to it. And let's be honest, how gorgeous does it look piled over suitcases over the car trunk? The Keepall is one of those items that maintains itself through the years, since it's built with both durability as well as longevity in mind. The only issue with this classic is that every year it goes up in price. However, sometimes you might be able to score one from the preloved market and be able to counter all those yearly price increases. Now, another brand famously known for their yearly price increases has to be Chanel. So if you're after a fairly recent model, the newer ones tend to maintain their value or just slightly decrease without really an exorbitant increase in resale. Shopping for a 2 to 4 year Chanel preloved bag will most likely allow you to skip those price increases and still get a fairly new bag. As a good fashion lover, I love new Chanel, but there's something quite special about sourcing a vintage Chanel bag, or even yet for some lucky ones out there, inheriting one. Which leads me to reason number 4 of why you might want to shop the preloved market. And that is, if you don't have an auntie, a mom, or a grandma that used to collect this type of bags and put you on their will to inherit them, God knows I wish I did, you're gonna have to turn to the resale market when it comes to owning a vintage piece. You'll instantly recognize some differences between old Chanel and new Chanel. I'm a bag lover. New Chanel, old Chanel, I love Chanel. Truthfully, there's something quite special about a vintage Chanel piece. The lavish, uber soft, super nice lambskin leather, true 24K gold plating, and that vintage, quiet luxury allure that they always come with. Vintage bags makes me think of something else and brings me to my next point of why you might want to shop the preloved market, and that is sustainability. I know what you're thinking. I know you're gonna say, Pia, how can we buy this gorgeous Bottega Veneta handbag and still be sustainable? Well, my darlings, these are not absolute statements. However, it is true that getting a preloved piece might contribute to a more sustainable way of buying. It counteracts overconsumption, there's less packaging waste involved, and yes, she's linked down below in the description along with everything else on this video. I know, run. Don't walk. Now, this way of thinking brings me to my next point, and that is a circular economy point. I mean, just look at this gorgeous Saint Laurent bag. It's in beautiful condition, and it still deserves to be worn. And here you can score it at a price under its retail price point. And it's a timeless piece that's just as relevant as it was when it came out, as it will be in 5 years' time, heck, 10, 15 years' time. Now, moving on to point number 7, I've had my eyes on a vanity bag, clutch, elongated bag, call it what you want, for quite a little while lately, particularly this one from Savette. You might have caught my latest vanity bags edit video, which if you haven't watched just yet, I will leave linked up here for you. I think it's important to reuse goods instead of simply discarding them. I do love collecting handbags on the one hand, but on the other hand, I'm simply curating a small capsule collection that is of a size that I can actually make use of on a yearly basis. So my rule of thumb is 1 in, 1 out for the most part. Don't pin me on that. Meaning I'll sell one of my bags when I want to purchase a new one. I haven't particularly bit the plunge with this one just yet because I don't have much information about its wearability and because they haven't been around for a long time just yet. I also don't know how well they're going to hold their value, which if I'm really honest with you, it is something that I pay attention when I invest in handbags, which brings me to my final point today, and that will be handbags resale value. Many times, one of the reasons I've purchased handbags, like for example, the Loro Piana Extra Pocket or some of my Hermes handbags, is not only because I love them, but also because I've done so with a little bit of an extra peace of mind, since I know they don't only maintain their value, but actually increase it the moment I've purchased them. My fave kind of investment, if I'm really honest. In the words of a famous New Yorker,
I like my money right where I can see it, hanging in my closet.
So scouting the preloved market can sometimes be an opportunity to purchase a piece and then resell it at a higher price point. People have caught up with this lately, obviously in the last couple of years more and more, so it's become a little bit harder to spot those pieces that you might be able to resell for more. However, they are still out there, and you might also want to invest in some opportunities that you can sell on the midterm. Like, for example, if Loro Piana keeps on doing their yearly price increases, I would highly advise having a look at these babies in here, which you can carefully wear and enjoy for a little while and resell later for a little profit. Big disclaimer here, I am obviously in no way, shape or form a professional financial advisor, and this is just my opinion. I have, however, worked as a personal shopper and personal stylist for years within the luxury market. So if you're interested in the resale subject, we can definitely do a video about it another time. And on that note, I'm gonna have to let you guys go because I would love to make it to the movies tonight and apply the circular theory to take advantage of this full face of makeup and hair done and use it for date night tonight. I want to thank you all so much for having watched. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're not done, I'll leave you 2 more in here so you can binge a little bit more. See you on the next one. Bye!